Hey Toots, how are you doing? Good times. I'm going to be showing some information today, showing and sharing. So I have on my glasses. I put my glasses on today. All right, today let's talk about, are you a Karen? Are you caring or carrying? Yes. So I heard a statistic this weekend that I was kind of shocked about. I heard that in the 60s, Karen was one of the top names, and over 33,000 Karens were named that in the US at that time. Super popular name. Then last year, only 325 Karens were named that name as a baby. Interesting because the drop in the name is because of the stigma attached to it. So let's talk about that for just a moment. Being a Karen, looking at a Karen from the outside, there's judgment. What if the judgment started with literally an entire Facebook group? Let's just say somebody had an uprising against Karens as a Facebook group. And now this stigma has grown. Why are we mad at Karen? Why aren't we putting that back on the Facebook group? It's not Karen's fault. What if it was from a bunch of people at a fast food restaurant that just happened to have one Karen come in and get upset and then started the trend of creating this chaos around the name Karen? Another stigma around a Karen is that they are crabby or crappy, have a bad attitude. Another thought about a Karen is they may be a mad soccer mom, that they're just going to peel out in their minivan and take off and have a bad attitude, that they're mad, they're just mad at life. This is Karen's haircut. You can see this is a side view. It's stacked in the back and long in the front. What if she just likes the haircut? It's off her neck and she likes to hide her 6 chins. There are plenty of other people. If Amy has the haircut, it's okay. If Karen has the haircut, she's a Karen. If Amy has the haircut, she can still be considered a Karen, even though she's not. She may just love the haircut. It's a good haircut. Which is funny because I don't know why the haircut's called a bob. Who's Bob? Here's the thing. With all this judgment that we have around Karen and the stigma around being a Karen, your unconscious mind does not know when you talk about somebody else that you're talking about somebody else. So when you gossip, share information that isn't true, have, let's say, undesirable feelings about somebody else, even hate, anger towards somebody else, and you're talking about them, your unconscious mind doesn't know the difference between you or Karen. So what happens is, as you're seeing those things, let's say if you are gossiping all day about Karen, and then you come home and you're thinking, I don't know why nothing's going right. I don't know why I'm having a bad attitude. I don't know why this and this. It directly affects you, whatever your name is. Then you may feel like you're fighting against yourself because you are you are putting affirmations out there. I am loving. I am this. I am fill in the blank. I have this. I create this. And yet, let's say when you go to work, you get caught up in the little gossip group and are being rude to Karen. They cancel each other out. You wouldn't be able to come home and do an affirmation or keep doing affirmations and then talk nasty about other people. So that's something to think about if you are having some discord or disconnect or imbalance in your life or your thought process. So now let's look at Karen. Karen is a person. The name was literally handed to her when she was born. She came out, it's a traumatic experience for all of us, and Karen is given this name. Right on the birth certificate, now you're a Karen. Back then, it was acceptable. Now, there's stigma around Karen. Karen can be caring, right? Karen can also be carrying. I'm not talking about packing heat. She may be, probably after around the stigma. What I'm talking about is carrying. Karen is now going to be carrying this emotion and all of this input being put onto her. The judgment, the stigma, the getting talked about, the expectation that she's walking into something. So when she calls and places an order somewhere, she's already going to have a stigma around that name, have some judgment around that, and she gives her name. She's ordering from Amazon or whoever customer service, and she says, "My name's Karen." Then you can just feel on the other end is that the person is having that stigma of, great, here's a Karen. Here's a Karen with this haircut. Here's a Karen with the soccer mom minivan. Here's a Karen that's going to have an attitude when she could be the nicest person ever. So now Karen has concerns. Karen's carrying around this emotional baggage. Karen has to buckle up in whatever car she's driving, minivan or not, and put on some armor. She's got to protect herself from now all of this inside. She has to protect her insides from all the toxic people. So I was thinking about this morning because it's equivalent to, like, so I colored my hair this morning, and to put the way that the coloring process works is that I lighten this part, put pink on, and then put purple in. Now, if I wash it all together, the purple will bleed into the pink. So I have to protect the blonde part from the bleed. And so then I put conditioner on this blonde part while I rinse off the other parts. Is that something that you have to do in your life? Even if your name isn't Karen, are you a Karen? Are you carrying around this emotional baggage? Do you know a Karen who may need extra support? Do you need that extra conditioning for your insides to protect the bleed from the outside? That's the question. So with that question in mind, I have an announcement to make. I am creating a safe space. That's my that's one of my healing superpowers, is creating that safe space for authenticity. Whether you're a Karen, Karen, Karin, caring, or carrying, depending on your accent and where you're at, it doesn't matter how you say it, it's the same. And remember, our unconscious mind doesn't know if you are Karen or you're Amy or whatever your name is, because our name was just handed to us. It doesn't matter. And what is our authentic self? I'm creating a community that will be open next week, and I will have more information throughout this week about that. And the doors will be open next week. I'm super excited to announce that, because it's going to be a community that I'm opening for creativity, safe space, authenticity, being our own self, creating tools around that we can use from the outside in, and not only that, from the inside out. Because when we are living in our light, standing in our truth, being our authentic self, it reflects on the outside. Then we don't have to give a crap about what's happening out here. You can rock this haircut and be 100% confident, and it doesn't even matter what's happening on the outside. Yes, hi Vicky. So I'm super excited. Stay with me this week. I'm going to have more information throughout each day this week, and I am so excited to have this community be working with you, and yeah, discovering new ways to live our best life, which I'll talk about this week. So I will see you again soon. Have an awesome day. Go out there, be the best Karen you can be the most caring you can be, and if you are carrying, packing heat, be safe. And if you're carrying stuff around on the inside, we're going to work through this week and I'll talk to you about how to get rid of that. Okay, see you later.